Hello, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Juliet. Today I'm going to be making special meatball and I'll be cooking this in a rich tomato sauce. Enjoy watching the video. I'll be using minced meat for the meatballs. This is lean beef steak mince. It's just got 5% fat, so there's not much fat in it, and I'm using 1 kilo of mince. I'll be adding herbs and spices into the mixture as well, but I'll be mentioning it as I go along. I will also put the ingredients and the measurements in the description box below. So adding salt into the mixture. So the mince is in the bowl and the salt goes in, and the garlic powder, and then the curry powder, the chicken stock powder, and I've also got the thyme, the dried thyme, and dried oregano. They have similar aroma, so I always like to use these two dry spices together. I'm chopping up the onions very finely because I don't want to have a big bite of onions in the mixture, so finely chop the onions, and also the fresh coriander is finely chopped and goes into the mixture as well. So there's a lot of freshness in this meatball. It's going to be very moist and also firm. So I mix this together with the wooden spoon. I'm not adding breadcrumbs to this mixture, so I'm using eggs and ground oat to bind the mixture. Normally, people use breadcrumbs or flour, but I'm not using any of those. I'm using ground oat and the eggs. I've washed my hands, and I'm using the grip mat to hold the bowl firmly on the table. I'm going to use my hand to mix this together. I'm going to thoroughly mix this together until everything is combined, and then roll it into balls. I'm rolling this between my palms, and that's the size. It's really a bite size that I'm rolling into. Want to have one meatball at a time in our mouth instead of cutting it. So I'm going to continue rolling this until I've got all the meatballs rolled up, and I'm going to fry this in batches. So I've got the oil heating up. We're using a very shallow fry. We're not using much oil. So the meatballs are in the pan now, and it's been frying for about 3 minutes, and I'm flipping it on the other side. So you don't need to fry this too dry, so about 6 to 7 minutes is enough. So we're going to take this out and fry the rest in batches, and then get on with the tomato sauce. I'm using chopped canned tomato and tomato puree. I've got my onions, garlic, ginger, and scotch bonnet, and I've also got the spices. I've got dried oregano and cumin powder, and also the chicken stock powder as well. I'll also be using fresh basil, and I'll be frying with my olive oil. So I just want to quickly show you how to clean the ginger using a spoon. It takes away the skin without the flesh. So I'm using small amount of the ginger. About first of all, slice up the onions, and then the ginger. And then I'm chopping up the scotch bonnet. I'm holding this with my hands, but if your hand is not matured, just hold it with the fork so it doesn't burn you. And then the garlic is crushed. I've got fresh basil, but I'm not chopping this now because basil is a soft herb and I don't want it to bruise, to lose its aroma before I use it. So I'll cut it up just before I put it in the sauce. My pan has been heating up and I'm going to add the olive oil. Then fry the onions, the garlic and the ginger before adding the tomato puree. So I'm going to fry the tomato puree for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, stirring this now, and I'm going to add smoked paprika. And then I'll add a chopped tomato. The chopped canned tomato is going in. And I'm going to cook this for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's the chili, the scotch bonnet going in. So this will cook for about 20 minutes until I can no longer taste the sharpness of the tomato. So I'm stirring this gently and adding all the seasonings. So the salt, the chicken stock powder, the cumin powder, and the dried oregano goes into this. It's always good to start with small amount of herbs and seasonings so that when you taste it and it's not enough, you can add more so you don't over season your sauce. So I'm tasting this now and the taste is just right, and I'm adding the meatballs. So the meatballs go in, and I'm going to cook this for another 5 minutes, but I'm not going to be covering this with the lid of the pan because the consistency is just right at the moment and I don't want to create any more steam. So I'm covering it with a splatter guard so that it doesn't splash everywhere, and also this will not create steam. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to check the sauce again. It's been sizzling nicely, and it's ready at this stage. And I'm going to turn off the heat and add the fresh basil. We don't need to cook the basil because the heat in the sauce will actually help the basil to release the aroma. At this stage, the aroma is indescribable. So nice. So our sauce is ready. Our sauce is ready. I usually have this with spaghetti, and it goes very well with spaghetti, but you can have it with anything you like. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like by giving me a thumbs up, send your comments, and do hit the subscribe button so you get notification anytime I post new videos. And do share this video. Until I see you next time, bye.